Hey, Beansy. Ah, fine, I guess I'll just do this Dead Space thing by myself. Why'd you even joke about that, dude? I'm the greatest at Dead Space that ever there was. I mean, yeah, sure, but you, haven't completed the game on the hardest difficulty. So, does that really make you good, or does that make you, a normal player? Easy. Shit up my Dead Space skills. Jeff, why are you under my chair? Hiya. Oh, relax, Beansy, it's just a joke. Besides, what are you gonna do? Make an entire walkthrough of the hardcore difficulty on Dead Space just to disprove my theory? That's exactly what you're gonna do, isn't it? Yes. Yes, it is. So due to Nubs deciding that I'm apparently not good enough at Dead Space, I'm gonna do an entire walkthrough on the hardest difficulty of Dead Space, because that's how good at Dead Space I am. Hello, Franco. Goodbye, Franco. God, that dude is ugly. Headbutt him, Isaac. Yeah, no shit, Dana, I'm running. Bye. I'll just sneak around faster. I'm not trusting anyone who looks at me like that. What a shame his face fell off. Engage fat. I'm just gonna steal this. So this is the first area you'll actually be fighting things. So 2 necromorphs will attack you. I'd recommend only breaking one of the pieces of glass because then they both funnel each other down the same path. Now before you get a plasma cutter, all the enemies are a one-shot to telekinesis, so you shouldn't have any problem killing them. Keep in mind when you get the plasma cutter, that turns into 2 kinesis shots. In this area up here, turn to the left, these little things turn into 4 spikes, so use them to kill the 3 necromorphs in the room. Now he's being dramatic, Isaac, he's fine, look at him. Picture of health. So unfortunately for this part we are stuck with the plasma cutter until we reach the first store, so just aim for their limbs, you should be alright. Camp out the second zombie at the door and hit him, you basically can't miss. Pay respects to Beansy Fish, he's the longest running supporter of the channel, so So as soon as the fire suppression system starts, you've basically got 10 seconds to get yourself in position before you get tracked by 3 necromorphs, so I'd recommend sitting back here and just shooting the crap out of them. Go ahead and pick up your first power node just behind here. So you'll be attacked by 4 necromorphs, just stay in this area. They don't spawn here, they spawn upstairs and move downwards, so... The bins and wheelchairs will actually knock these dudes over if you're out of ammo or out of options, so keep that in mind. You'll know when it's over because the alarm will stop. Okay, so for this section, when you're done pulling this thing out, you will actually be attacked by a necromorph. Now it's only one of them, but you have to stasis him, otherwise he will insta-kill you. So don't take any chances, stasis him twice if you have to. So if you just try to kill him without stasising him first, he's actually completely invincible. So keep that in mind. As soon as you stasis him, hit off his legs or his head, so he can't keep charging you. Another thing to keep in mind, even if you've stasised him, his charge attack will still one-shot you. Introduce the vomit boys. Just shoot him in the head a couple of times. The limbs don't really seem to work with these dudes as much. You'll figure that out, but the general idea is to shoot their heads off so they can't long range you anymore, and then take off both their arms. Be sure to grab this too. Hello, Nicole. Balloons. Head around this desk and grab another power node. So I actually own Dead Space Ignition, which gives me access to 4 little conduit rooms. Now they don't do a whole lot, they give you some power nodes and some credits and stuff, so they're not incredibly necessary. They're a nice boost, but I don't really feel like it's worth it if you're not into that kind of thing. Just hit the red triangle to turn these rooms off. Once we reach the first market, we can buy the force gun. Now the force gun will always hit those things if you aim at it and fire, so don't fall for this floor mat. Now there's a couple of red flags. If you don't own any of the DLC, this is all you'll see. You'll just see the suit and maybe the Dead Space 1 plasma cutter if you own it. I do own all the DLC, but for some reason they didn't show up when I first started, so that's more like it. So as soon as you go out here, grab this little power node. So at this point I really realised something was wrong, because I've definitely killed the tripod with the with a different gun before, so if you own the DLC, you actually get access to the contact beam for this boss fight, which makes it surprisingly easier. But unfortunately, due to the bug I was facing, I only had the plasma cutter, so I was a little bit out of my element. It's all fine, I swear. I'm really good at Dead Space. I just don't know how to use the plasma cutter. Yep, he fell over. So it was at this point that I realised what was going on. So my Xbox was actually mid-update, which meant that it wasn't connected to the internet, which means not only was the game unaware that I should have the DLC, it wasn't even aware that the DLC was a thing. After some contemplating, I decided that going forward with such a handicap was not really something I was planning on doing, so... And we're restarting. Now it's fine, it was only like half an hour of content anyway. I don't know, Franco, you're implying to give a shit, buddy. So apparently you can do these things backwards, so this is now officially the start of my backwards run of Dead Space 2. Doesn't work on Foster though. That's more like it, so this is what it's supposed to look like. So the guns we're going to be selecting for this particular run are the pulse rifle, the force gun, and the contact beam. Now the contact beam is going to be a little bit different, because we don't actually want the contact beam for its use so much as we want it for its ammo. So the contact beam's ammo sells for $1,000 per round, which makes it really good for collecting money. Pick any of the DLC suits you like, or the regular suit if you have no other choice. DLC suits are free, and they've got a little bit more armor and inventory slots, so it gives you an advantage. Okay, now let's try this tripod fight again with actual weaponry. There goes one, and there goes the other. Much easier. And once that's done, just sell off the contact beam and buy it back, and it'll have a full clip. Again, this only works if you're DLC. If you don't have the DLC, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. This run is assuming you own the DLC, by the way. If you don't own the DLC, then the easiest way to kill that thing would just be to spam the plasma cutter at it. I will be showing the blueprints of all the weapons I'm using in this. Unfortunately, I don't have the blueprints for all of their ammo, because I actually don't know where the blueprints are, so maybe I'm not very good at this game after all. This medkit is a trap, it spawns a zombie, but you have a pulse rifle now, so that thing's basically tissue paper anyway. Absolutely open this room. You need to open this room because this has the blueprint for the power nodes in it. If you don't have the blueprints for the power nodes, you're going to have thousands of dollars and not have anything to spend it on. If you don't have a power node, pick one up from this door right here, right outside the room. Ignore Strauss, we're going to sit in the corner and wait for the Leaper to spawn. Leapers are vicious little buggers, they're extremely fast, so if they get near you, switch to the force gun and blast them or take off their legs, because you need to slow them down or they'll tear you in half. Watch out for the jump scares. I got a leg. Hurt that dude. With all these environments, I'm going to assume that you're taking your time and searching each and every area, because that's what you need to do to be able to grab everything. I'll show you where the power nodes are and where important blueprints are, but the rest of the credits and all that kind of stuff is up to your exploration, so best of luck. Look carefully at this animation I'm about to show you. See how the two limbs fell down in that weird animation pose? That is the fake death animation. Do not fall for it. It's not that common, it's only really if you shoot them in the chest a bunch. But yeah, a trick like that, especially with an enhanced slasher, can be extremely deadly. Now, the slashers are the only ones that will play dead, so you only have to worry about it with them. This next section, pretty much just stick near the door. There's not really any safe area in here where you won't be just spawned on by zombies. I find this gives me the best chance. Just hide in the corner with your force gun out, and anytime anything gets to you, just blast them into space. Stop fighting me! Be sure to play the banjo on your way out. It actually gives you 1 million credits. No, it doesn't, it just sounds cool. But still. Watch out for the zombies, they'll randomly spawn through these doors. It seems pretty random, changes every time, so just keep your eye out for it. Shoot this dude in the leg. A Leaper will spawn from the top, don't actually worry about him. His pathfinding's broken and he goes all the way around the banister to get to you, so he's really not a threat. Second conduit room for those of us who are blessed. Just stay near the door. There is a spawn point right next to the door, as you can probably see at the left there, but I've never seen anything come out of it, so watch out for this dude at the right though, he can get in range quite easily. I tried to outsmart the infectors by just blasting him constantly. You can do it with a line gun grenade, but I don't use the line gun, so it's much easier just to stasis these two and run past them. Because if you get on the train and get far enough in, they actually won't chase you. They can occasionally run through the door though, so be careful for that. So right now the infector is currently infecting about 10 bodies, but we don't even have to worry about it because we started the train. Now once you've hacked this, a couple of zombies will spawn in the area with you. You've got this one down here that you can throw sticks at, another one that spawns behind you, and you've got a vomiter that spawns in the middle too. As soon as you go to the next cart, there's a vomiter to your right, and an explodey boy at the end with a bunch of other zombies, but if you hit him just right, he'll kill everything anyway. Yeah, nice driving, dumbass. Don't waste ammo on any one of these guys. They can't actually damage you, they're just there for like scariness or something. Okay, now, this part is terrifying to everyone who doesn't use the force gun, and is cake for you and me. Shoot that woman in the face a little bit, and now switch to the force gun and just blast everything. It's got such a wide cone of arc that it's going to be able to kill everything in the room without you even needing to aim. As soon as you're done, switch back to the pulse rifle though, because you need to kill this dude really quickly. His death timer on you is about 2 seconds, so you need to kill him fast and the force gun does not damage him. Run, Isaac. Go ahead and pick up this power node just here. Now this is the legitimate blueprint, non-DLC blueprint for the pulse rifle just here, so be sure to grab that. Don't bother trying to shoot the child will not shoot you. Shoot the floor mat though, the floor mat is very evil and will try and eat your brains. Be sure to turn to the left and grab this power node too. Okay, so in this room you're going to be spawned by about, I reckon 20 little children. So just beeline it straight for the exit. There's a power node in that area, but don't worry about that right now. So you get right back here, turn around, and just start blasting people. Now it's important with these little ones, they despawn very quickly because of how the Xbox handles render things. So you want to shoot their corpses once they're down as well, so they drop their item. They'll despawn, the items won't. And if you don't shoot them before they drop their if you don't shoot them to make them drop their item, they're going to despawn and take the item with it. So always double tap these guys. Endorphins. Be sure to sell off all your contact beam ammo. You only really need 1 or maybe 2 health kits with you at the start, but trust me, by the end you're going to need an awful lot more than that. You can shoot the glass to make all these guys disappear, but you'll lose all the loot they drop, so personally I just wait for the exploder to catch up and just nuke them all. Now, at this point I did unfortunately forget what planet I was on, and managed to get myself landed on and just murderized by a bunch of little children, but luckily they didn't manage to kill me. So this is not where you want to be. You want to be down here. This is where you want to go. They can't spawn there, so that's where you want to sit, not where I went. Bench time. Now I personally upgraded my stasis and my rig first to give me more stasis and more health, but it's completely up to you. I'd recommend doing this though, because you need higher health before you get near the end of the game, otherwise people are going to start one-shotting you. Take the limbs off the body back there to kill this dude with a couple, I think about 5 or 6 zombies spawn here. Turn to the left and get this power node in here. Watch out for this zombie that spawns from the right vent. Go ahead and open up this power node area. Now, bananas. Now these guys, some areas spawn, I shit you not, 30 of these little things. They will eviscerate you if they get close. Do not let them. A single force gun blast will kill all of them. So just have your force gun ready with these guys, or fire a grenade with your pulse rifle, whichever you prefer. I shit you not, that dude appears at the exact frame I threw that box. Okay, now this area, if you listen quite closely, that was the door closing behind you. So, now this first round in this area is much easier, it's just a bunch of infectors and some vomit boys. Have the force gun ready to hit any of the infectors off the corpses. It won't kill them, but it will stop them from affecting anything. Okay, when you go up here, you want to go to the right. If you go to the left, you'll be insta-killed by Tideman's machine gun. When you get to the church, up here to the left, and up here to the right. Grab some goodies in the power node. Watch out for this guy who spawns on top of you though. Now, unfortunately, I did have to go to work because I have real life things, so I had to save here, which is a bit earlier than I'd recommend it, but it's completely up to you. I don't trust any church that says indoctrination as an actual thing. Okay, you want to run here and stop this dude from infecting this guy, so just punch him, or you can bonk him with the force gun, whichever is easier for you. Get down here to the right, you'll see him try and eat him, do not let him, grenade him to face. Steal his camping spot and just shoot everything that comes at you. When you're up here, this dude spawns, but he doesn't even care about you, so just ignore him. Give this a punch, it allows you to go back to the store. Okay. I appear to have some kind of thing stuck in my leg. When you go back out, there'll be a bunch of zombies that will try and spawn. You can send them to space, but if you want their loot, just shoot them. Do not try and outsmart this door. You need to stasis it. It will insta-kill you if you don't. Nicole, stop it. Isaac, stop it. Grab this right here. Okay, so this is officially the first arena for the raptors, as I call them. I think they're called... Are they called stalkers? I think they are called stalkers, but I call them raptors. So what you want to do is sit up here, there's a bunch of sticks on the ground, pick them up and lunge them. They might not one-shot if you haven't upgraded your telekinesis, so if you manage to hit them and they don't die, just shoot them a bunch of times. Dana will call to signal the battle's over, so then you can go and loot things. This is the third conduit room, got a power node and some stuff in it, another bonk. Okay, for this area, this is one of those areas I was talking to you about where they spawn a bunch of bananas. Keep your force gun ready, shoot everything. Don't believe this floor mat, it's evil. Shoot it and eat its nose. So now we're in the freezer section. The first freezer's fine, the second freezer's also fine, if not a bit loud. Third freezer is also good. Fourth freezer is not because it's got a single zombie in it, but that's relatively okay. Now the fifth freezer is where everything goes down. They'll start spawning at you from some of the freezers. It seems pretty random to me, so just sit in the corner somewhere and wait for them to come to you. Hit this dude in the face. Now you can try and outrun this fan. Do not. Stasis it instead, because this thing will one-shot you, and that's an awful lot of progress lost. I'd also stasis this, it can chop you in half as well, so be careful. Up here is medium med pack, you definitely want this. So by this point, I had fully upgraded my stasis unit. Isaac's too fat. Ignore the music, it's being dramatic, there's no enemies in here, so loot to your heart's content. Be sure to explore this place, there's a lot of good stuff. And there's also line racks. So this part is where they introduced the first lurkers. Now there are 2 of them, and when you get further up there, there's a slasher, so be careful. Just watch this dude spawn. So use your pulse rifle. Again, force guns in situations like this do not do any damage. Always use a pulse rifle. Oh no, it's Childs. So run back the way you came, because it's the only place they won't spawn, and just camp that doorway. You'll know it's over when this one slasher spawns. Careful for this explodey boy. Slasher spawns to your left. Another one spawns behind you. There's another vomit boy at the very end of this hall. I've officially become just too powerful for this dude. Watch out for the dude who spawns behind you as well. There's another explodey that spawns forever away. Be careful when getting this health pack, it will spawn a zombie, but you have a force gun, so just send it to the nether realm. When you open this door, there's a velociraptor on the ground. You get ambushed in the elevator, have your force gun ready. Personal space, Dana. Personal space. This is great, but I'm leaving. This is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay, with this dude, you need to be fast. Get your pulse rifle out. Again, force gun doesn't do anything. Shoot him as quickly as you can. He will kill you very quickly if you don't. Shoot the yellow. In the chase scene, you spawn facing him, so you can just stasis him, although you can make it to the exit without stasising him. Shoot these barrels. Be sure to go back in the place you crashed to steal the power node. Okay, this is the second version of that first arena. The doors don't close this time, but they spawn a bunch of pregnants and a bunch of leapers. Now, leapers are going to become a big problem if you let them be. So what I would do is just camp down this hallway like a little bitch and wait for them to come to you. Now, you may notice in the background the door lights up just here. You can see it light blue just then. You can make a run for it if you want to, but it means you don't get access to the store or any of the loot that these guys drop. Throw dead bodies to trick these little orb things. Do not mess with them. They will insta-kill you if you're not careful. I managed to hit a stick with a stick, so that's impressive. Another power node room. So at this part in the game, I had fully upgraded both my rig and my stasis module, and was now starting on my guns. Take one of these little power nodes, throw it at the lurkers so the lurkers fall over. Careful for old mates taking a ride in the lift. So this is the second fight with the velociraptors. So what you want to do is run a little bit in, to about here. You'll hear them run around and run back to the entrance. Now, the reason you want to fight them here is because if you don't fight them here and you fight them over in this area instead, a lot of zombies will actually spawn. So by staying near the start, you actually prevent them from spawning. Throw the bodies at all of these things. Now, you'll have 6 zombies to fight in this one. First, you've got a pregnant and a spitter. Second, you've got another spitter and a vomit boy. And third, you've got another vomit boy and spitter, but they're behind you this time. Just camp the doorway when these dudes spawn, just throw them at each other. Wander through the door, wander immediately back out the door, do the same thing. Don't run or this one might land on your head. So in this area you'll be attacked by 3 of these little guys. Go ahead and grab this stick and kill the first enhanced necromorph, which is a vomiter. Hate these guys. So once you hack this, you'll be attacked by a bunch of people, including an infector, if you notice during the footage, but I've never seen the infector actually infect anything in this level. Don't know why, so don't worry about it, just keep firing. You have got a stasis pod if you need it as well, but just hide in the corner with the force gun and wait for them to come to you. Beat Nicole to death. So as soon as you come out here, run around and start looting, because you're basically on a timer until this boss fight starts. So you want to get as many things as you can, including that little stasis canister. So pick this thing up, lob it at the brute, and then get your contact beam out, shoot it once in the leg, shoot it once in the leg again, and he's dead. Unupgraded contact beam, by the way. Now, if you don't have the DLC, you won't have the contact beam yet, so I think you'll pretty much just be stuck using whatever you can find. So, I'm sorry about that. Run over here, run to the left, watch out for this leaper that tries to charge you, and there's also a vomiter down there as well. Be careful for the bananas, they're inside that body. Okay, so this is a little bit of an operation, so listen quite carefully. So, what you want to do if you own the DLC, again, this is assuming you own all the DLC, you want to buy both free detonators, and you want to fire all of their grenades and pick them back up. Then you want to sell them to the store, empty, and buy them back full and do it again. So what we want to try and do is get as many grenades as we can. If you don't have the DLC, unfortunately, you're going to probably be limited to just using the regular pulse rifle, which is going to be a lot more difficult, but unfortunately it's the only option you really have. Be sure to grab this power node down here. Once you come out, there'll be a single leaper, so just take him out, get his ass. Okay, so what you want to do is just spin your camera around over and over again, and every time you see one of these dudes, just fire it. So this is an unupgraded detonator. You just keep firing grenade rounds at these dudes and they will die in one shot. Now, if you don't have the grenade launcher, you're probably going to need to just shoot them either with a grenade from your pulse rifle, so just buy a hell of a lot of ammo for your pulse rifle, or you regularly using the pulse rifle to shoot their limbs. Unfortunately, again, it's not ideal, but it's the only gun you really have at this point. In here is the blueprint for the legit force gun. Unfortunately, I don't know how to get their rounds, but go ahead and sell all of the detonator shells and the detonator if you do have the DLC. Use these buckets to bypass the stupid lasers. You can let this play out normally, but what I do is I shoot this area so it sucks up all the nus, and then use the lasers more as like a way to get free food as opposed to getting sucked into space and dying. But either tactics work. There are a couple of supplies in here as well if you need them. Grab a canister, launch it at that dude. Don't run straight for the bench, you'll have a couple of necromorphs spawn behind you, so what you want to do is pick up this item box and lob it at their face for extra style points. Power node in these lockers, watch out because it does spawn a necromorph just behind you, so be ready for him. So she purges the life support, and there's a velociraptor with legs and a velociraptor without legs in this area, so be careful. Put this in the first area and you're fine. In the second area, the second you touch the thing, you will get attacked by an enhanced slasher. Put this in the Peng variant first, and pick up all of Peng's awesome stuff, and then put it in the normal way and be on your way. So when you get out, there's a bunch of necromorphs. I'd keep your force gun ready and just blast them into the reactor. Watch out in this next area, there's a couple of little thingies that fly around trying to eat you. Don't worry about them, but they are a little bit annoying, so shoot the lurkers in the face. In this area, try and wait for the lurkers to come to you, because leapers and slashers will spawn if you go forwards, so it's just easier if you take them out one by one. Keep this thing with you unless it glitches into a freaking ladder like mine did. Go in this power node room, you can get the legit contact beam here, so I'd definitely pick that up. Head out and fly straight towards that one. Line it up. Before you do the second one, be sure to shoot this thing out, otherwise it will just knock you off the thing and keep damaging you, and then align the second one once it's dead. Get in the little booster seat. I wouldn't recommend sprinting here, be as slow as you can actually, because if you get hit by a single one of these things, they will die. Be sure to go into the store and sell off all the stuff like Peng and all the other things you've got. As soon as you get in here again, run around as quick as you can and grab as many supplies. Once the air turns out, everything is going to start spawning, so you want to sit in front of the C door and camp it out. Once the door opens, sit just behind it and loot the place. They won't come after you, but you can grab all the loot when you're in there. So in this area you want to open the Conduit room and just run straight into it, because they only have one spawn point in there and you can just camp them to death. So just here you want to stasis this little dude, turn around, shoot the one that spawns in behind you, and then deal with him. In this area I chose to camp down here. Wouldn't really recommend it because it turns out there's a puker that spawns up here, and I wasn't ready and he started vomiting on me, so watch out for that. When these turn on, stasis these two and just move forward. Be careful, again these things will one-shot you if you're not careful. Shoot the lurkers. Lurkers are very weak to both pulse rifle rounds and force gun rounds, so ironically we're like a destruction machine for these guys. Even though it looks like these won't hurt you if you're in the middle, they will. I know, it's bullshit. Do not test these things, they'll insta-kill you. Be wait and all patient and stuff, shoot this thing out before you get close, and then just wait for the rings to stop being on fire. When you open this door, there'll be a legless velociraptor. In the area of the Stross and Ellie, you want to pick up the large medkit blueprint. Just here. As soon as you leave, you want to camp near the elevator and just start shooting the people out. If you decide to go upstairs, you can, but these leapers will follow you and they'll do a lot more damage to you up there. There's not really anywhere safe from these guys up here, so just do your best. Keep your force gun ready for these guys. This is the fourth and final Conduit room. Got some stuff in it. Be careful for the wall babies. Once you get in here, you got a vomit boy to your right. Be careful, he can vomit through these windows because they're not actual glass. And 2 leapers will spawn when you get further in. This is the game's like only divider, so just shoot it a couple of times. Once it's all pieces, use a single line gun shot and it'll insta-kill everything. Okay, with this area you want to get as far away as you can, blast that window out and then hit it with a force gun round. You can alternatively leave it, but then the exploder might randomly just turn it off sometimes. Pick this thing up right here, launch it at this guy. There's another one over here if you miss. Do not go near the Guardians unless they're dead. They'll one-shot you. Seriously. Have your force gun ready, because if you shoot that exploder at this range, he will kill you. Hit the spitter as well. Shoot this little spider thing in the head. Just keep throwing cogs at it till it stops moving. Once you press this button, 2 enhanced slashers will spawn, so be ready for them. Hit that one in the face with the contact beam. So once the tram stops, there's another area with the velociraptors. So you want to try and keep these boils alive if you can. So grab that thing and throw it. And you want to get to about where I do, turn around and run back. So now they'll start spawning. If you get anywhere near the boils, they'll cover like the 2 other entrances, so you only have to worry about the right side. Watch out for 2 exploders that spawn from the walls. Or for the Guardian, just pick this thing up and lob it at him. Again, don't approach if you know they're dead. Grab all the stuff behind here. Be careful for the boil on the roof just there, and watch this guy literally spawn. Throw some of these at a big barrel. So in here, as soon as you pick up the first barrel, it will spawn a tripod. So what you want to do is shoot one of the tripod's arms off, and just stasis him as much as you can. If you kill him, another one will spawn and it will leap straight onto you and may even insta-kill you, because they can do that, so be very careful. Okay, now for most of the Ishimura, nothing spawns, so you don't have to worry about it. Just explore, get some loot, and you'll be alright. If you don't pick up this box and approach him instead, he'll knock you over, which gives you less time to react to him, but just stasis him and hit him in the arm. There's a second one that will spawn, do it to him too. Once the second brood is down, beeline it for the end of the corridor. Once you get to the end, just turn around and start shooting things. They'll always have to come to you, they can't spawn up here. In the first decontamination cycle, nothing happens. In this little corridor, there's a bunch of enemies, so what you want to do is you want to go to the left, and you want to make a bit of a stand. Just keep your force gun on you. Force gun is actually perfect for this little area. Repair this thing. There's 4 pieces. They all glow. They won't take you too long to find. The second time going through the decontamination, just keep your force gun on you and just run around blasting things, because there's nowhere's really safe in here. A couple of enhanced slashes and enhanced vomiters will spawn, so be careful for them.
But son, Daddy's not a murderer.
Look out for the floor mat. Shoot this slasher in the nose. There's another one that spawns by the tram. A lurker and a bunch of other zombies will spawn here, so just take them out one by one. Once you get in this room, you want to camp near the exit door and just wait for them to spawn. Eventually they will stop spawning and then you can hack the console. Be aware that after you've hacked it, a bunch of other enemies will spawn. You can make it out of the door before they get to you, but I'd recommend sticking around and just getting all the loot from them anyway. Grab the power node. Yeah, alright buddy. Shoot the wall leapers. Oh, look at this idiot. Stay on the elevator and just keep riding it up and down. It'll stop the leapers from being able to hit you. I'd recommend keeping your force gun, especially if you've upgraded the long range fire. Watch out for the slasher just here. So just to the right is the only power node room that you want to avoid. It doesn't have anything in it apart from a bunch of bananas. Just skip all of these lurkers and just hide in the corridor. You can take them out or just leave, the door is open. Okay, there's about 4 vomiters, 4 leapers, and about 4 velociraptors. So just keep your force gun on you and be careful, because they'll get real close real quick. Steal Typeman's house, go for a nice little drive, hit a rock. So when you get in here, you want to beeline straight for the exit, essentially, but you want to sit in this little area first. So turn around and immediately force gun that guy. He'll always follow you and he'll never make the normal noise. Grab this little power node, shoot this slasher in the face, murder a lurker, lob the grenade back at him. There's a lot of stasis and explosive canisters in this area, so use them to your advantage. Once you've plugged in the battery, run up to the exit. The exit is open, but I'd recommend making a bit of a stand.
We've been waiting for you. Now it's your turn.
Oh, this isn't good. Stasis this thing and shoot it till it falls over. Do not touch these lasers. They will kill you. It's easy to lose your bearings in this area, so make sure you keep your oxygen up. Keep these explosive canisters and use them on the lurkers downstairs, and then focus your attention on the slashes and everything above. Hit that guy in the nose. You got a vomiter that will spawn just here. Be sure to grab that power node from over on that net. 2 slashes in front of you and 1 will spawn behind you, so don't be afraid to turn around and retreat. A vomiter will spawn, throw a couple of item boxes at him to make him angry. Be sure to open this little power node room. Big oof. Don't use the force gun on this guy, you'll blow all the items on the other side off the cliff, so just use your pulse rifle. Okay, now, you want to just sit in the corner for this area with your force gun. You don't want to move, just sit and keep forcing all the zombies. There'll be about 20 of them. Seriously, it's ridiculous, so stay alert. Isaac, I don't want to kink shame you, but that looks like it's a little bit extreme, right? The advanced suit that we just picked up from that other room is going to be exceptionally useful now, so it gives us 10 more inventory slots and 10% more armor. Trust me, you're going to need it. So at this point, all of my guns apart from the contact beam were fully upgraded. Now you want to spend all your money instead of on power nodes, you want to buy health kits and ammo. Mostly health kits though. Bet you probably don't recognize this suit. This is the hacker suit, available to only those who own Ignition. So you'll excuse me if I'm going to wear this. I mean, I like it. It looks pretty cool. Speaking of which, I think it's time for a little upgrade of my own. And I'm switching hats. Oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, buy as many force gun rounds as you can afford. Shoot Ellie in the nose. Trickle these boils by giving them candy or something until they explode. Watch out for the 2 slashes that spawn over here at the end of the elevator. And the vomit boy that spawns on the way back. Now, once the drill is done turning around, it will spawn about 20 slashes at you. So, run, basically. You want to get up on the drill as soon as you can. Just stay calm, don't worry about all the noise. It's going to be very spooky. There's going to be a lot of them. Just make it straight to the elevator. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Just get on the lift. Okay, we're fine. We're all good. Just stick to your force gun. Just blast them straight off. Doesn't matter. As soon as you get in the clearing, steal all these items from here. To dodge the stupid little stalker things, just keep running in circles. They don't appear to know what to do about that. You'll get hit a bunch, but just keep eating health kits, you're fine. Don't hit the front rotator either, it'll insta-kill you, so just sit tight. Well, Isaac fucking died. Ellie can apparently teleport or something. Where the fuck did she go? Run past the door and grab this little power node. Send Ellie off to space. Okay, if you were going to use your last save anywhere, I'd use it here. So, this little area always gets me. So what you want to do is you want to camp in this little area right here. Even though the explodey boy almost kills you, it's fine. So you want to sit here and just wait for all of them to stop spawning. There's going to be a lot of zombies.
But we have walls.
And there's no way they can break through the front door. Probably.
So run straight here. Don't linger around too long or they'll throw grenades at you. Sure, they won't mind if I borrow this, right? Okay, grab this little canister, just walk out and throw it. Don't worry about the bananas, bananas aren't important. Haha, everyone's slow, murder them. Eat their souls. Run over here, pick up this credit, it'll spawn a zombie, shoot that zombie, and also the only armless vomiter in the game, which is actually quite cool. Okay, in this area you just want to pull out your force gun and just go ham, because they're going to spawn a bunch of exploders and a bunch of other things, so just keep force gunning them to death. Open up this area, fuck off the Walking Dead Michonne. If you go in that area, this divider will spawn. Now, for some ungodly reason, the Wikipedia makes a big whinge about this, like, don't go into the room because such a really strong enemy will spawn. It takes like 2 force gun rounds to kill this. I don't know what the hell they're on about. We'd have a really long talk with the people who made the Wikipedia about this goddamn game. They seem to think it's much harder than it is. Okay, you're gonna go pick that up, lob it, and we're gonna skip this entire section because this is too difficult for me. So we just run past, don't worry about him, even if he headbutts you, just whack him off his feet a little bit, go over there, take the old one out, put the new one in, open the door, sit there waiting for the door to open, and then leave. Yay, the stupid spinning lasers. Okay, you need to stasis these things to stop them from moving, but even if you stasis them and then you hit them, you'll die, so don't touch them at all. Camp here in the first room, here in the second, make a run for the elevator in the third room. I just sit on the elevator and start shooting things, otherwise they will chase you upstairs. Be sure to go over here and grab all this loot, but it will spawn a zombie, so watch out for him too. So apparently those guys are just chilling down there, so you can probably grenade them, but I wasn't fast enough. So get to about here and then reverse and sit near the exit. There's going to be a lot of enemies spawning here, so just try your best. Keep your force gun with you at all times, just blow them away if they get too close. You should be okay. There are 2 enemies that spawn down here, but secretly they're a ploy because they want you to focus on them and not the dude behind you who's about to stab you in the dick, Isaac. Second floor is not much better than the first, more zombies. So in this area we're going to fight the big broody boy. He's the only enhanced brute in the game and also the final brute fight. So naturally we're going to hit him once, going to whack him in the gun, going to whack him with the gun again, and then we're just going to do it one more time, and there's the last brute. Again, that's a fully unupgraded contact beam. Tear this thing off, just spend all your money on health kits, all of it, apart from a little bit, because we want to spend that on ammo. If you've made it all the way this far, I don't care what you're doing, save before this stupid needle, because it is bullshit. It'll just kill you for no reason. What you want to do is get that number just there that's in blue, quite low, and then just wait for it to go blue. Again, trial and error, dude. I can't save you from this. The game changes a little bit, but I'll explain that in a moment. But for now, it's the one, the only, it's Ubi. Look at him all sharpening his claws and stuff, ready for his big debut. And what do I immediately do? Knock him over like a fucking idiot. Look at this dumbass. Okay, so chop him to pieces with your pulse rifle and just ignore him. Grab this. So, from now on, the game is going to change a little bit. What you want to do now is just hug your force gun. Just cuddle it. Because if anything gets near you, you're going to die. So, when the Ubermorph spawns, you'll notice that the slashes that I kill from now on make a different noise. That's because they're actually not regular slashes anymore. They're something that I like to call Uber slashes. And what the game doesn't like to tell you is that they do double the damage of the other slashes. They will one-shot you if you haven't upgraded your health, and they'll actually, I think they'll still one-shot you if you have. So be very careful. Just, if they get anywhere near you, just spam heal everything and spam your force gun at them. I'm being serious. Don't let them near you. Launch this at the Puka, launch a corpse at the Ubermorph, knock the Ubermorph over, and then throw this at its face. Chop the Ubermorph to pieces with your gun. Now the Ubermorph can chase you down here, so just try and keep on your feet. Shoot this dude to pieces. Okay, keep your force gun ready. What you want to do is just shoot as many things as you possibly can. Now I very close to died here, but luckily that guy didn't actually hit me. So what you want to do is just shoot all the things with the force gun, basically. Shoot the slowness and then just sit and wait for the elevator. Okay, when you get in here, break it as soon as you can. You just want to run. You want to beeline straight for the exit. So just hit him over maybe. Start this door opening, turn around and just blast everything. Just blast everything, and when the door opens, just open it. Stasis these things, do not touch them. When you get up here, just hide behind this little pillar right here, because you're actually too far away for those little things to get you. They actually despawn before they can hit you. So just destroy that little thing and then watch out for these and just move past them when they're not on fire, basically. I wouldn't bother opening this room, there's literally nothing in it, turns out. Sometimes you get a power node, but I don't think I got one, so rip, get any power node just here. Okay, so this is the final bench and the final store in the game. So basically just sell everything, buy a bunch of ammo. I've actually got enough health kits, that's about the amount of health kits you want. What you want to do is just buy unlimited force energy. Seriously, just buy non-stop force energy. Okay, when you get out here, you've got a leaper to your left and a leaper to your right. So just stay near the door and blast them when they come through. There's a puker upstairs. You can't see it very well, but if you can try and take its head off, then it'll stop it from slowing you down, which is probably going to get you killed. Shoot Ubi in his legs. Watch out for the lurker just up here. Okay, in this room, just shoot them as they come. Just sit in about where I am and wait for them to spawn for you. If the Ubermorph comes in, just knock everything over with the force gun. Once you get out here, you've got a vomiter. Camp outside the door and make sure Ubermorph is down so there can be some breathing room in this room here. There's about 2 or 3 vomiters and 2 or 3 slashes in here, so just knock them over as they come up. Bowling pin style. I don't know how Ubermorph got a spear in his head, because I legitimately didn't do that. Watch out for this leaper, he will get you if you're not careful. Turn around, make sure the Ubermorph's down, stasis him a little bit. After the leaper's dead, take out the 2 lurkers. You've got another slasher that comes here as well. And this is the final slasher, so you'll be alright. Ubermorph spawns just here. So because it's hardcore and it's tradition, I'm going to go ahead and kill the Ubermorph. So you'll excuse me if I just stasis you. And 1 screw turn. And 2 screw turn. Goodbye, Ubi. It's been good knowing you. Not really. You don't have to do that, by the way. He doesn't chase you anymore after this. Surprise, it's Tideman. And he brought a stick gun. Silly Tideman, haven't you watched my list? The javelin gun is the worst gun. That's gonna hurt. Goodbye, bitch. Go ahead and give Nicole a cuddle. Get the big suck. Okay, as soon as this level starts, you want to switch straight to the contact beam. And basically that's all you want to use. Just contact her in the face. Contact the marker in the face a couple of times. Contact her in the face again. Run around and reload it. Try and not get eaten by the zombie things. Hit it again. And one last time, boom. And now Isaac is sad. Do not use boost in this area, you'll just hit a rock and die. Final QTE little thing. Don't die here, you're an idiot if you do. And the game's done. HardCore, baby, oh yeah. Look guys, I've got proof and everything, I'm an epic gamer now. So for completing the game, you get the little foam finger weapon and also 2 new suits, which is cool. Die, Tideman. I want to touch it. That's fine, Isaac. I just get away from the engine. Idiot. And that, in a nutshell, Tideman, is why you shouldn't attack me. Because I will eat your entire station, and then probably dance on your corpse or something. Oh, well, you have a very compelling argument there. I'm glad we agree on something for once. The jig's up, Beansy. I know you put poison in my drink. That's Apple. Shut up. You know what, Tideman? I knew this would happen, so I brought a weapon of my own. Jeff, Go-Go Gadget Military Ordnance. You see, Tideman, you can go ahead and shoot me, because I've already beaten your game. It's already over. I've won. In fact, let me let you in on a little secret, Tideman. Not only did I beat your game, but I didn't even die once. So remember those comments about me not being an expert? Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's over, Tideman. I win. Hi there. Thank you for watching my epic video. Now, I don't normally make videos like this. In fact, I think it's one of the first ones I've actually made. I mean, I'm a realist. I know that my videos only get like 2 average minutes watch time, so I know that no one's actually seeing this, but hey, if for some reason you skip to the end of the video, hi, I'm Beansy, I make stuff sometimes. So yeah, let me know if you like this kind of stuff. I had a blast making this, actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if not, then I mean I'm still probably gonna make them. I had a lot of fun, and hopefully I find an audience who likes this kind of thing. So who knows? But yeah, see you around. In fact, if you want to leave a comment on what video you'd like to see me walk through, I can do a weapons only thing. I can do, I don't know, I can do the easiest difficulty. Let me know. I'd love to try and help some of you guys out, because I legitimately hope this helps people. I know it's not the best guide, because unfortunately it banks on you having the DLC for half of it, but to be fair, all the other guides don't. So I guess I've actually kind of niched my audience by doing that, so hey, who knows. But yeah, let me know what games you guys want me to walk you through, and I'll see you on the next one. If you make a good recommendation, I will actually give you a shout out as well, because I like to know who I'm helping, because hopefully that means that people will actually watch my video and I'll get more than 10 seconds watch time, which is it's always nice. You know, it's nice to dream, not dream too hard, but you know, it's always, I'm never going to reach 10 seconds, am I? The life of a crab.